shoot, when I'm traveling like I'm traveling now, I'll take 8 of them a day. Because the one thing they told me, and you have a hard time, digesting this in your head, forget your belly, but that is, these enzymes will not hurt you. Because, you just heard Dr. Cooey talk about your body being made up of all this. So if you take too many, all it's going to do is go out your system. Now, believe me, they will get out your system. Okay? They will get out your system. All right? Just understand me there. I mean, it's not going to be a situation where you're running like this. But you're going to say, I need to go take care of my business here. I guarantee you that. So it's not a situation where, they're going to make you, put you in an uncomfortable situation. So there were times when, I'll tell you guys 3 or 4 specific incidents that happened to me. One, I have a thumb that, a normal thumb is like, like this. Well, this thumb sort of goes way down like that. Yeah, I know, a little graphic, I'm sorry. The life of an NFL player. Well, in 2001, when I was with the Raiders, I hurt this thumb for the first time. And I literally had to tape this thumb to my index finger, and I played 10 games like that. Because it was so much pain, this thumb was basically useless, and I couldn't do anything about it. And the off-season got better, and my last year in Tampa, I hurt the thumb again. I hurt it in practice one day, and the thumb swelled up. I told the trainer, hey, this is what we have to do. Tape this thumb together. Let's just, we're going to play like this the rest of the year. Well, I called the enzyme people, and I said, hey, I got this injury. And they told me, well, load up. I said, well, what do you mean by load up? Take it till it doesn't hurt anymore. I said, well, I can do that. At this point, I had been taking the enzymes for about 6 to 8 months, so I knew that they were working for me. So at that time, they didn't have the inflam repair together, so they had separate bottles. So I took 5 inflams. I took 5 repairs right out of practice, right after I spoke with them. Before I went to bed that night, I did another 5 and 5. I woke up in the morning, I did another 5 and 5. Before practice that day, I did another 5 and 5. And I'm telling you, what happened was that injury that I know because I had played with it for 10 games, and I knew for a fact that I should have been doing the same thing with this injury because it seemed to have been even worse because it had swollen up a lot worse than it did the first time. In 48 hours, I was able to go out and practice without anything on my thumb. And I had been telling the trainers at the Buccaneers about these enzymes. And one of the problems you guys are going to run into is when doctors or all these people here, they're going, oh, this stuff doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. If it's not pharmaceuticals, it's not going to work. Well, what I had been telling the doctors and telling them what I'm taking, and they didn't believe it. But obviously, they knew I wasn't taking their products because I wasn't getting it from them. But so that Friday, I did it in practice on Wednesday. That Friday, when I went to go out to practice, the trainer, Todd, said, hey, Tim, let's tape your thumb. And because I had gone that, I knew I'd have any pain, I started doing this to him. And he was like, no way, no way. And I did my enzyme dance, y'all. I did my little enzyme dance. Yeah, the enzymes did it.